You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. I'm almost caught up. With Asshole Kids. How dare I take 4 days off and watch spaghetti westerns and enjoy Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? I'm almost caught up. I just got to admit, I'm never going to. I will have to always stay on top of work, always. Or I'm jacking up prices. And this request has new policy going into effect, boys and girls, 2021. The more emails you send me and you don't respond to the original ones that were, the thread, you don't respond to the thread. Now I got this guy sent me 6 fucking emails. And some data I didn't even request. So this is going to be of benefit not just to the client, but to all the different people out there. And I think he might have a legitimate touch of the tism. He might, because this is, I've seen this aberrant, weird behavior, and I'm no therapist, so I can't accurately diagnose it, but I know he's off. But let me hear me out here going forward for everyone. I get the impression that a lot of you spurgs and you're spurgs and autists. All right. Not actually mentally impaired, just like they don't pick up on social clues. I think it's different. I think you don't realize that other people exist. And what I mean by that is solipsistic or solipsism, meaning you are incapable of recognizing that is another person who has their own incentives, goals, desires, but above all else, finite, limited time on this planet. And if you don't assume they're human or nobody else exists, only you exist, and he's going to talk about what his problems are. But one of the main things that directly affects is your ability to make and keep friends. Because they're not even your friends. You never let them get to that point. You talk. You don't get to a point. You blather, you blither. You meander. You don't even make it interesting. Here's a problem. Here's a concept. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener. As for planes, trains, and automobiles. And one of the telltale signs, guys, that I get this and I go from 0 to go fuck yourself is when I get nothing but a block of text that if I scroll like 3 times, it's all text. So you obviously put no thought into it. You didn't organize it. You didn't structure it. Why? Because you don't think I exist. It's nothing taken to me personally. You're not capable of thinking other humans exist. And if you're not capable of, realizing other humans exist, you don't have any respect for their time. And if without other humans to exist in your world, then you're the only thing that does exist. It's not necessarily a selfish concept, but if there is no other sentient individuals and beings in the world, well then yeah, everybody else is an NPC, and you're the only sentient being out there. And it shows when you don't follow instructions, you don't listen to what other people say, you blather on, and you don't make whatever information you're trying to convey digestible for the intended recipient, because what do you care if the intended recipient gets it or not? That's not even a human anyway. So the first one is all right. This is the first email. Love to get your asshole advice on some things in my life. Lost a best friend to a mistake I made, but it also goes deeper and I can't move on from it. Due to the fact that I have such few friends left as it is, and I mean real friends. A lot of it has to do with me wasting my life away in the hospitality industry, where I've never been able to make friends since I was 23 to 24 years old. I'm now 33. All right. So what have you always written nonstop like that? Have you always not listened to instruction? Because that might be what I'm trying to figure out. Is this a recent development? Like there might actually be something wrong. And I'm not kidding. Go talk to a therapist, man. You do. This is beyond my diagnosis. Something is off. But did you lose them more recently? Because if this is a recent development where you just blather on and barf out pages without any focus, that pisses people off. And no shit, you're going to lose friends. You won't even make them. So you're having trouble back when you were 23 years old. Now you're 33. Have you gone in and talked to a psychologist? Have you had a battery of tests? There might actually be something not genetically. Well, maybe that too. But you might actually have a legitimate, authentic mental, I hate to say illness, mental disability, mental eccentricity, a quirk, really. I hate calling something like dyslexia, a mental illness. You know, he's not ill. He's not going to gun down kids. He just spells tie instead of it, and then, I'm a victim, Beauregard. Somebody fetch me my government check and my fainting couch because I have a case of the dyslexias. I need my disability check because I spelled art instead of two. I'm surrounded by left-wing vegetarian Nazis, and the guys might as well all have vaginas too, but it's all I know anymore. Well, that's more of a function of your age group that you work in. I don't know if that reflects upon you necessarily. It's just that's how those kids were programmed. That's how they were built. 10 plus years of this work. I need that asshole to tell me if I have a chance at this friendship I feel I've blown. I'll explain in detail what caused it, and like I said about my job, being a white conservative male with an actual opinion, I'm dead to most, if not all, my coworkers. I need a change. I need it fast. All right. Well, one, you never tell anyone at work about your politics. Two, especially when they're younger like that, they got nothing but their politics, but they ultimately don't care about it. They still just want to be fun. So just go along with it. But you'd have to go join a cigar lounge, go to the gun range. Go find some cool dudes your own age. Go maybe get a master's degree. Go, if you're young enough, barely, you could join the military if you wanted. So I'm deleting this one. No, I have to archive this one now. Okay. Now, after me not asking, you decide to send me a bunch of pictures of your family. Don't know why. I gave you a price quote, which I should have increased had I known you're going to send me a ton more emails, but it's too late for that. You didn't respond to the original email thread, so now I got to go through my entire email archive to find the actual email that you gave me the details where I said, well, where is... See, now I've lost it again. Right, I'm not kidding, dude. You account for 40% of the emails in my email box right now. 40%. Here we go. What did I do to my buddy? I fucked up. I haven't known him since childhood, but he's been a brother since my mid-20s. It was one of those unique friendships that comes after your teen year. Dude, fucking hell. What did you do? Did you fuck his wife? Did you take out his daughter? Did you run over his dog? Oh, fucking Christ. No wonder you don't have friends. That comes after your teen years where the other person was legitimately down to go work out, grab a drink, play darts, shoot pool, big football and hockey fan like myself, go on weekend trips, go wig man, etc. But we've always butted heads from time to time as friends occasionally. Do I think? Question. I could consider myself red pill, and at times I felt black pill due to the current state of things with women and work. What? I'm still waiting to find out what you did to your buddy. Before I get to the friendship ending, I'll start by saying I'm embarrassed to say I'm a 31-year-old food service person. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been in hospitality for close to 10 years now. It's progressively gotten worse. I'd say, especially now with the COVID, yes. I feel very bad for people that work in food and hospitality, or the service industry in general. I like to think it wasn't this bad when I was 23 to 24 years old, as there wasn't nearly the entitled and feminist bullshit going on from like 2010 to 2012. I know you say it's been getting bad for generations now, but from a personal level, when it goes to work and dating, 2012 is really the last few years. Great hospitality, girls worked hard, guys worked hard. Some came to the restaurant, did pull it, they didn't last. We go for a drink, broke up with the girl of choice. Long story short, as I said, I've been complacent for a long time, regretful still in this industry, and any friends I've ever had have moved on. Yes, that's what happens. That's not you, though. Maybe you drove them away quicker than normal. I don't know. This is why you got to learn to talk better, or at least write better. I can't imagine your text game. I can't imagine how belaboring it is for women. But that's the environment. That's the real world you live in. I don't hang out with anybody from high school. I don't even hang out with that many people from college, maybe two. And it's rare if I do. It's not out of animosity or anything like that. People get pulled in different directions. One guy goes off to the military. The other guy goes overseas. The third one marries his wife from Vietnam. Some guys go to Dallas. Some go to Tampa. I moved to South Dakota. And another thing, a lot of times they'll get married and that's it. The good times with the buddies are over. Another one, people get old and tired. They get tired before they get old. Remember having buddies in their early to mid 30s. I'm kind of tired and staying in. Tired. And it's 6. Get off your ass. And you'll just see like how few people have a lust for life and friendships and that most people want to go home, watch their Netflix, and it's not about you. So that was bound to happen. So I would forgive yourself for that. But we got to diagnose or have somebody else diagnose this for you. Why the fuck you think it's okay to write one paragraph that's 2 pages long and not follow instructions? Because if you did that with me, some guy who is an asshole on the internet, but you've never met, usually try to put your best foot forward, you fuck this up. I can't imagine how many social faux pas you are just tripping off landmines everywhere else. Now what? Is everybody important calling me today? You wait till I'm online? So what's long story short, as I've said, long story short, yeah, short. I've been complacent for a long time and I regretfully still in the industry and friends I've moved on, as you say, have lost the soul to live. They either don't return phone calls or texts, or they respond and say how busy they are with their fat wife and 3 kids. What's the alternative? Make new friends and work? Absolutely. I've tried this, but the class of people in this industry today, opposed to 10, 18 years, is fucking 9 day. They're also 10 years younger than you, dude. You've changed in a decade. All right. It's the kids probably have gotten a little bit worse, but 10 years ago, there are just as many douchey millennials out there as now. What, old millennials and young Gen Zers? You've gotten older. You've probably matured. The men are literally, and I mean literally like women, they're into fashion, wear skinny jeans. They act like they have money by buying wear designer clothing, taking photos of their drinks at swanky bars and then not tipping, having zero money saved up and being anti-Trumpers. Well, that's what they're programmed to be. The women are anti-white men. Oh, I thought you said they were men. They are anti-white male, including the white women, will outright make fun of you if you're a conservative, and they stare at their cell phones more than they work. They're 100% without a doubt undateable. I'm sorry, but you're a waitress or a hostess or a front desk hotel agent. You're not worth being able to shit on me. But nonetheless, Aaron, they do. You're in shape. But am I screwed 31 years old being around these people? No. They're just not your people. Like, if I went back to college, I don't think I'd fit in with the kids, you know? They'd be like, hey, Mr. C, you want to go to Sergeant Preston's? I'd be like, no, I don't. Going home. Gonna grab the milfy TA over here who's our teacher and bring her back to my place. Whoa, that breaks the rules. Yeah, well, maybe I'm a rule breaker. And I'd start smoking cigarettes, even though I don't smoke cigarettes. But I'd smoke it like that. That was the really arrogant way. Not like this. That was pretty arrogant. But this one, like, fling it. And then you do something cool. Am I too late to the dance to start over? No, it's never too late to make new friends, but they're going to go away. And at your age, I was about your age when I started like going to cigar lounges and gun places and all that. Maybe you might want to look into the Masons or some of the social fraternities. I can't be around these goofy martini drinking soy boys who can't hold a conversation about geography, health and wellness, politics, etc. And stop talking about politics. No one gives a crap. I think, you think you're old. You're not. Most girls in their 30s, young 30s, late 20s, by the way, also leftists, right? So are most of the boys. Just there's a joke, and you could fill in anything. How do you tell who the pilot is in the room? And the answer is, don't worry, he'll tell you. How do you tell who the vegan is in the room? Don't worry, he'll tell you. How do you know who the libertarian is in the room? Don't worry, he'll tell you. Once again, going back to my theory, my hypothesis, that maybe these types of group of people don't realize other people exist, and maybe don't want to hear about their fucking politics or libertarianism or them being a pilot or the vegetarianism. And you don't even sound like you want to hang out with them. So go find some older people. And the class of women in this line of work are bottom of the barrel garbage. It's mostly 23 to 26-year-old women, and they're just fucking brutal. Well, I bet you were a pretty big douche back then, too. I remember going back. I was pretty dumb. I was smart for my age, but I look back like, yeah, I wasn't that good or that cool. In other ways I were, but I didn't recognize that. I thought other things. I've been called a racist countless times. I've been called creepy for asking girls out for drinks, or when I hear about black woke coworkers fucking certain girls left and right. At the end of the day, do you recommend I get out of this industry immediately? No, you need to make money. And here's the thing, man. You go to work. All right? I didn't go to like hangout sessions after working my regular corporate job. I don't mind. I don't even think I dated a girl I work with. And now I'm trying to think, did I ever date a girl I worked with? I don't think I did, just because I knew even back then you don't shit where you eat. And you seem to have like a look. I understand if you're a conservative and all the anti-white male stuff going on. Okay, it gets a lot. But it sounds like you got some real anger issues with this too. Okay, people are going to be idiots, right? But it sounds like you got a real hard-on of hatred here. Wow, the liberal girls are going to talk about liberal politics and say you have privilege? No kidding, really? I wonder if this dog will eat this steak I just grilled up. I wonder if he'll have a bite. I wonder if I leave this steak on this table, if that dog over there might come and try and steal the steak. I wonder. You believe the dog stole the steak? Yes, I can. Are you angry at the dog or angry at yourself for getting angry at the dog who's doing its natural dog-like things? And a lot of it is going to be younger. You're hanging out with younger people. They're conditioned to be victims. It's everything is their gender and their race and their sex. And even if they don't have one of the disadvantaged genders or races or sexes, they will claim to be an ally, and they're so woke. Look, they're going to be virtue signaling. Yes, 20-somethings are idiots. They're pretty fucking stupid. Stop trying to be friends with them. Go find some 30-something dudes. But I wouldn't give up your job. You got to make it. There's nothing wrong with being a bartender or something. Nothing wrong with being a waiter. You can make some good money. Virtually friendless due to my interest. The lack of real men I work with and women are just plastic. You can't even have a real conversation with these people. You really feel dumber. Best friend. Oh, now we get to the best friend. Here's a hint. Here's a hint. Okay. Don't tell people about your politics, but also get to the point. Okay. Maybe they don't want to fucking hang out with you because you don't get to the point. That might be another thing. Best friend was talking to a girl and she likes me. I tried resisting, but he eventually pursued her. He finds a way to blow it with every girl he meets due to watching too much pickup archie alpha male nonsense. Understand there's some validity to it, but trust me, he finds a way to blow it. A lot of it is probably the current state of women. Here you go. You haven't told me what you've done yet. It almost is comical how much you write and not get to your point. A lot of it's probably the current state of women and not him. But if you knew him, he's the type to me to go, got it. He's got no game. I got it. Anyways, one particular girl seemed to really be interested in me and bashed him constantly. I agree with the shit she was saying, and we had a few good laughs at his expense. But being a very controlling guy, she ended up confessing to him everything we had talked about, as well as my interest in her. And now I don't need this information. That's private information about him. We don't do that. 99% of the women he meets are young women who interview with him. Okay. So I'm pretty sure he told her that he would make it rocky for her. God, this sounds like middle school bullshit. Well, she told him and he stopped talking to me. And then Tina called Amy and then Amy set this thing on Instagram. I'm like, I didn't totally say it. And she screenshot it, but she totally edited. And then I had to talk to Tommy. And Tommy said that Phyllis was going to talk to Phil Berta. And I couldn't tell the two apart. And he stopped talking to me. I ended up moving out of the apartment. We were roommates. And a few weeks later, I shot him a message apologizing for showing interest in the girl. And I even sent him a care package to the hospital when I found out he had emergency surgery. That's good, man. Okay, you know what? You got a good heart. That's honest. That's what a good guy does. My question is, how many times can I genuinely apologize to someone until I realize it's not my problem anymore? Once. Now, whether you forgive yourself is another issue. That's something I always wrestled with because Cappy was not the most perfect, wonderful person in the world. I've hurt many people along the way. I even apologized to some of them. But after that, like, that's all you can do. If they don't forgive you, you've done all you can. But you'll still feel bad about it. But it's once. You already apologized. You even sent them some money, but that's good, man. Problem is, I still feel very guilty about it. Okay, one, you shouldn't feel guilty about that hitting on a girl. There should be a thing of bros before hoes because you barely met. Look, here's the classic example. Here's two buddies and some girl gets in between them. And every story, the girl's been around for a hot 15 seconds and guys have been like friends for 15 years. And because there's a little TNA in between you, you guys can't vet. And in your case, you're like, yeah, I'll go for the tail. Maybe he liked her, but you guys should have a good friendship. He should be a good enough friend. It's like, oh, she didn't like me. That's happened to me tons of times. There's a guy I used to run with back in the day. And on the dance scene, I think between him and me, I think we did at least date, if not slept with most of the good looking girls on that scene. And I think we had slept with 10 of the same girls. This was back when Cappy was at the top of his game. I think you banged her? Yeah, I didn't know that. No, I did. Oh, yeah, she was bad. Oh, I know. Yeah, oh, look out. There was no, because I valued the friendship more than I did the girls. And here's a girl who has yet to prove herself. She could have been a good person, but we don't know that. She's been around. She didn't have any time investment into you guys. And you let some girl that was around for a minute get in between. Now, he did it. He let that happen. But if he's going to be jealous like that and not look, he wasn't even putting it's worse than that. It wasn't his interest ahead of you. He had no interest in this girl. And what I mean by that, she had no interest in him. So I know he was interested in her, but he had no vested interest in her because she also needs to like him in return to have anything investable. There was nothing in between them. There never was going to be. So he had nothing. But he put his feelings over nothing ahead of your friendship. And that's exactly what he did. Whereas for the most part of us, if we're going for the same girl, like, hey, back off. I'm on this one. Oh, wait, I didn't know. Okay, you can have. Sometimes you have a friendly competition. Sometimes you end up banging the same girl, not at the same time. Unless you want to Eiffel Tower it. Look it up. But there was no anima. I never lost a friendship over. I don't think I've lost a friendship over a girl. I honestly don't think so. Like if he's banging your wife, that's a little bit different. But this is a girl you guys just met. You guys pussy pedestaling. Oh, the girls stab friend in back to get the girls. So I hate to say it, but I don't know. I kind of walk away from that one. You did your thing. You did your piece. But this guy is pretty selfish, to be honest, if it's true. Getting pissed off that your buddy gets laid by a girl you would have banged yourself, but she had no interest in you. You got to be man enough. Like, dang it. All right, let me know how fun she is, you asshole. But the question, how many times do you apologize? Not my problem is I still feel very guilty about it. I say you have nothing to feel guilty about. It's been about 10 months. He still doesn't seem capable of forgiveness. It's gone. It's over. I'm not saying what I did wasn't wrong. I say you didn't do anything wrong. But shit can't get past the fuck past it. So yeah, there's that. And there's my lack of friends. I think part of it is friends getting married and giving up on life. Yes. And then my job issue is a bunch of millennial lefties. Well, they're more Gen Z now, aren't they? You think life should be free. Guys act like SJ Drills. Girls can't help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, asshole. You're my only one. All right. One, forgive yourself. And if for whatever it's worth for me, I think you were right. I think your friend completely overreacted. Two, I want you to immediately go talk to a therapist somewhere and see if you got a touch of the tism or something. Because writing this shit, no, not following instructions, that is going to just further impair your ability to make friends. I mean, look at me. I'm pissed off. You haven't done anything wrong or malicious to me. You're just pissing me off with all this wasted time. So check on that. That might be something. Three, realize you're older than this group you're hanging out with. Four, you don't want to hang out or make friends with this group of people. Five, go find some other group of friends. Six, have no expectations. Lower your expectations. A significant plurality of my social time is hanging out with guys, well, not twice my age, but guys in their 60s and 70s who smoke cigars. And we insult one another. And that's about when the kids are out and wifey poo divorces them, or they don't want to have anything to do with their wife, and they just go to the cigar lounge or the coffee shop or the golf bar or whatever. So there you go. All right, now I got to save that one. I'm deleting. I got one more to delete, and we're good to go. How do I have 120 comments on this? Let me see. Oh, Mexi Mike, $2. Serenity now. Breathe, Aaron. The guy is struggling. No, I'm going to disagree with you, Mexi Mike. Let me explain why. This serenity, be patient, how'd that work out for the past 2 generations of American children? How are they doing? We need to get angry in people's faces with rage and threats and intimidation and scare the piss out of them. Right? Do you think going forward he's ever going to write another 2-page of block text email ever again in his life? No, because I was yelling at him. Go easy on her. She's just a little girl. No, we're beating up everybody today. Get the stack of whoop ass out. The stick of whoop ass. The stick of whoop ass. No, the big one. A lot of idiots out there today. Go out and whoop some ass. The stick of obedience. I'll have lots of the stick of whoop ass, the stick of obedience, the stick of compliance, the stick of shut the fuck up and just do what I tell you. Lots of stick in Cappy's inventory of sticks. The stick of kindness and understanding. No, we don't use that stick. We use the stick of hatred and rage. Are we caught up? There we go. Boom, 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 boom. That's all. I think 1 or 2 more on the way. We'll see you guys later too.